Are you spending hours revising with minimal results? Do you feel like however much revision you do, you can't seem to remember anything? I'm going to show you why your study methods are ineffective and how you can go about to change that. The biggest mistake people make when revising for exams is doing passive revision. I'm sure you've heard of this concept, but what exactly is it? Passive revision is when you're not thinking to your full capacity and simply just trying to absorb information. Examples of this could include reading your textbook, writing notes, watching a YouTube video, listening to your teacher, or highlighting notes. The reason why these methods are ineffective is because you're not really engaging with the information. You're not challenging your memory or your understanding very much. There's a famous concept by an American professor, Dr. Edgar Dale, known as the Dale's Cone of Experience, which to summarize states that you only remember about 10% of what you read, 20% of what you hear, and only 30% of what you see. Surely when revising, you want to remember close to 100% of the information. Well, this is where active revision or active recall comes into play. This is literally the opposite of passive revision. This is when you're purposefully taking an active role in your learning by testing yourself and recalling information. How can I do this, you may ask? Well, you can engage in a discussion, you can test yourself with a friend, you can do flashcards, or of course, do exam-style questions. These active learning techniques will test yourself to train your brain to remember the information. A study done shows that through active recall, you can remember up to 70% of the information after 2 years. 2 whole years. So now in your exam preparation, I want you to think of ways that you can switch your passive revision techniques into more active ones, so you train your brain to retain more information. The next key thing when revising effectively is using spaced repetition. German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus did research on why we as humans forget things. He came up with the concept of the forgetting curve. It essentially shows that as time goes on, your memory weakens, and the biggest drop in retention is right after you've learned something. So this is where spaced repetition comes in. Ebbinghaus discovered that by reviewing new information at specific points on the forgetting curve, you can reduce the rate at which you forget. So now to combine this with active revision, this is how you should be revising to maximize your retention of information. Once you learn something new, test yourself on it that day or the next day. Then test yourself a few days later. Then a week later, test yourself again. If you forget something, then restart that timer. If you get something right, then increase the time intervals in which you test yourself again. By learning in this way, you'll strengthen the neuronal connections in your brain, so you're more likely to remember something and much less likely to forget. This can be applied with most subjects at GCSE and A-level, whether it be a process that you need to memorize, like protein synthesis in biology, or even a method that you just need to know how to do, like integration by parts in maths. By applying spaced repetition and active recall in your exam revision, you're more likely to remember information and succeed in your exams. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Good luck with your revision, and I'll see you next time.